Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, the 911 GT3 RS. Now I know I talked about in one of the last programs that there was a little bit of wishy-washiness whether this vehicle was going to be turbocharged or normally aspirated. It is going to be normally aspirated. It is going to have a 4-liter flat 6 making 500 brake horsepower. Now let's talk about some better news. This vehicle is going on sale in the U.S. market in June of 2015, which is only a couple of months away. And if you're ready to get your hands on one, you're going to need at least $177,000 US because that's where the starting price is going to start up at. Another machine that's going to be heading to dealers very soon, but this is way off. This is the teaser shot of the brand new Chevrolet Malibu. The biggest reason why I'm showing you this is because Mark Royce, one of the big guns at General Motors, said that the styling will knock you out. I am holding you to this, Mr. Royce. I'm hoping this machine looks amazing, but if it looks terrible, I will call you out on that particular statement. Another vehicle that's going to be heading to dealer showrooms very quickly is this, the brand new Mazda Miata MX5, as production has started up at Mazda on this particular machine. And it's been in production now for, goodness gracious, probably 6, 7, 8 days at least of the taping of this particular program. So if you've got your order in on one of the new MX5s, it'll be heading to your dealer showroom very soon. Another machine to show off at the Geneva Motor Show was the Focus RS. Now, we pretty much knew a lot about this machine, but another couple of things trickled out. One of them being that this vehicle does have a drift button. Yes, if you want to live out your rallycross or drift dreams, you can have it right in this particular machine. Now, it's just not going to make you an instant drift ace. Basically, what it's going to do is help you learn and keep the car hopefully out of trouble. So it's going to allow the vehicle to have a lot of rearward bias as far as the power is concerned, and allow the vehicle to slide quite aggressively. But if at any time the computer or the stability management system thinks that you're giving it too much throttle, not enough throttle, or not even to mention if you're getting into a slide and you're not throwing in enough counter steer to try to catch that slide, a little bit of opposite lock action, it'll step in and try to take over and try to save the car. So I think probably what's going to end up happening is there's going to be a lot of these cars crashed, and you'll be able to see a lot of it on YouTube because there's going to become an instance where it gets way too far gone for the drift button to actually fix it. Now, if you really want to go crazy, this vehicle has a full stability management system lockout, which means it's going to turn off everything. Traction control, the whole lot. So if you want to go Ken Block all over your neighborhood, you can do it in this particular machine. Of course, granted, if you do that, you're probably going to go to jail. Next up on the list, the Ford Group is also showing off the brand new Ford GT. And a couple of nice little nuggets came out about this particular machine. Number one, we already knew that it was going to be built by the folks over at Multimatic up in Canada. But production is going to be quite scarce for this machine. Only 250 units are going to be built for every model year. And we don't know as of yet how many model years that is going to be. But they also let out a little nugget about the price. They said, well, about the price, think Lamborghini Aventador. Whew, that's around $400,000 US, which would mean that this machine quite possibly could be the most expensive production model ever built in the United States, which is quite a feat. Next up on the list, the folks over at Renault showing off the brand new Clio RS, yes, RenaultSport. This is the trophy EDC. This particular machine comes loaded with high-end goodness as far as going really quick and going all racer boy all over your neighborhood. You can do a little drift action in this machine, other than it's front-wheel drive, but the handbrake works good. That being said, the 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder unit makes 220 brake horsepower and 192 pound-feet of torque. Now that is shifted through a dual-clutch transmission, and the vehicle is going to be a little bit lower, a little bit more hunkered down to the ground. Over 20 millimeters in the front, or at least 20 millimeters are going to lower it in the front, 10 millimeters in the rear, and it's going to be 40% stiffer than the outgoing model. This vehicle is going to be going on sale in Europe in June of this year, so not too very far away. If you want to get your hands on one, you better hit down your Renault dealership right now. Another special edition machine that's going to be shown off. It didn't show off at the Geneva Motor Show, but General Motors showed off this. It's going to be a new package for the brand new Chevrolet Colorado. It's going to be called Trail Boss. The new Trail Boss comes with a lot of cool stuff, and you can get it in all trim levels. If you want to get the extended cab version, the four-door version, long bed, short bed, whatever you like. It only comes in four-wheel drive, and it comes with a Z71 package because this is a package over the top of that. Now, the biggest thing that you're going to get as far as a lot of goodies, as far as the fender flares are all blacked out. It's got steps all down the side that are blacked out. Not to mention all the chrome is taken off the machine. The bulk of it, and it's mainly blacked out as well. Even look at that badge, the General Motors or the Chevrolet badge on the tailgate of the truck. It's all blacked out as well. Spray-in bed liner, and it comes with a lot of extra goodies that are add-ons on this particular machine. And this particular package will cost you, over the top of the Z71 package, another $3,320 US. Another machine to show off at the Geneva Motor Show is this one, the GTA Spaniel. Now, the Spaniel's been out for a while. This is more of a mid-cycle refresh for this particular machine, and it comes with the same V10 that's Viper, or SRT Viper, sourced, but they've actually lowered down the displacement a tad bit to only 8 liters. Yeah, I know, only 8 liters. That will get you 925 brake horsepower and 900 pounds-feet of torque. Now, this machine is supposedly only going to weigh a little under 3,000 pounds, which means 0 to 62 jaunts come in at 2.9 seconds with a top speed of 230 miles an hour. Last up on the list, an interesting little situation involving this man, Fernando Alonso. Long-time Formula One guy, in fact, 2-time world champion inside of the Renault. He drove for Ferrari, he drove for McLaren, and he's back in McLaren when Honda really wanted a big shoe to put in alongside the likes of Jenson Button. Well, Mr. Alonso here had a pretty horrific accident over the past couple of weeks. Actually, I think it was in Jerez, Spain, where he was actually airlifted from the facility, mainly for observations. Now, it wasn't quite clear when exactly this took place or whether this is 100% true, but there was a lot of reports that either at the crash site or at the hospital, when he woke up, he told everybody, "I'm Fernando Alonso. I race go-karts and I want to race Formula One one day." Apparently, he woke up as a 13-year-old Fernando Alonso in 1995. Whether this is true or not, it makes for a pretty decent story, even though Mr. Alonso has come out on YouTube and said that he's totally fine, but as a precautionary situation, because of this particular injury, the doctors have told him if he has another incident, much like the one he had, it could end his life. So he's going to be sitting out the Australian Grand Prix, the first round of the Formula One Championships. And all of us here at Motorcars saying a special prayer for Mr. Alonso to get back into the race seat very quickly and get over this little situation altogether. But very, very scary. If this actually ended up... The brain is a freaky little piece of kit, so there's nothing to say that this wasn't 100% true, but a lot of folks are pointing that it may not be as well, so... Very good story, though. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. If you'd like to jump on over to the Facebook page, the link's down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.